races me to the peak. Without no regret, you got no love. Without no love, you got no regret. Without no regret, you got no love. I'm melody where I belong in this life.
Welcome to T-Boys TV, back again with another Hatters Show, episode 41. And just before I bring the people in, I'd just like to say this is a bit of a late announced stream. I didn't even get promoted like I usually do. Basically, we had to do it today. We can't do it tomorrow due to some circumstances. But yeah, it won't be the normal me because I've been up very early this morning. But yeah, I'm joined by two people, like always, the man, the myth, the legend, Dazzy B. How are we, Dad?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. You? Everyone cool?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Other than being a bit tired, I've got a bit of a coat to try and make it a little bit better for this. But yeah, I'm all good. Other than that, and then obviously we are joined by a Huddersfield fan. Last time it was Brad. This time he is the man, the myth, the new YouTuber to this game, Ryan. How are you, mate?
Oh man, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. You know what I mean? It's going to be an interesting game, very interesting game. Obviously, we'll get into that. So that on today's one, we'll be talking obviously about Reading, a little bit of a recap, and then Ryan will have his thoughts as a neutral. Obviously, saw highlights and that sort of thing. Obviously, we'll talk about Ingram extended, which me and my dad did expect, but we'll get more into it. And then obviously preview the big one. You know what I mean? The big one this Friday. But yeah, we'll go through some comments first. Big up everyone in the chat and big up everyone that was waiting, by the way. Blitzing Raider says, hope we win by at least 2 to set us up nicely for second game. Now, I'm not too sure. I think he might be a Huddersfield fan. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. Big up yourself anyway. Big up British chap. You know what I mean? My G. He says, nervous AF. Yeah, it's a mental time right now to be a Luton fan. You know what I mean? As well as Huddersfield. You know, both didn't expect to be where we are. You know what I mean? Not saying expect us to win by 2 though. Lol. Jeez. Big up Visible Island. He says hello. Big up yourself. I could possibly have one of the best weekends. He says Luton win on Friday and my team win on Saturday to win the league. So that'll be interesting. Big up Wolf. He says, hey, lads, big up your damn self. Tickets secured. Not yet, mate. Not yet. And it's not looking good. It's not looking good. The away fixture, though, I think it'll be easier. That might sound a bit mad, but I think it will. But it's not looking good. British chap says, up the town. Big up your damn self, mate. Hope you're well. You know what I mean? Hope everyone's well. Big up yourself, Matthew. Big up yourself. Isn't the Man City match now? Yeah, ban that. You know what I mean? We got to be doing this today. You know what I mean? Are you going? It's not looking like it for the first game. Hi, Tyler and Ryan. Oh, just forget about Daz. You know what I mean? How did you manage to get Luton's manager? Oh, yeah, Dad. He said, by the way, the other day, I forgot to tell you, he said you look like Nathan Jones. What you got?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I forgot to tell you.
Fair enough.
I'll see how he done that.
I'll take that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. I'm going to try jumping it. But anyway, let's get into this. Big up, everyone. But yeah, obviously, like I said, trust me, it's that late. I haven't even got the banners up like I usually do. This is how late it was sorted out and that. But yeah, Reading reaction, obviously, like we said, we'll do first. Massive game, obviously. Reading obviously had nothing to play for, but they were always going to come to Kenilworth Road and try and frustrate us, especially with what we could have achieved and did achieve in that game. Dad, we went to it together. You know what I mean? You went in the view that I was bigging up all the time. Sick view. So you rated it. And yeah, you know, obviously we'll start off with the lineup like we usually do. So the lineup was as follows. It was, let me just get it up. So you had Ingram in goal, obviously. I'm not going to say where the players are because you know flash scores always mess it up. But Burke, Bradley, Naismith, Bree, Campbell, Lansbury, Clark, Bell, Jerome, Cornick. Now, we won't go over this bit too much because we did obviously say it together on the vlog. But yeah, just looking back at it, we were really just talking about Lansbury, I think, like as a potential interest, and he better perform, wasn't it? It was one of them, really.
Yeah. But we got loads of midfielders injured, you know what I mean? So it was kind of expected, that lineup, really. And it was good to see a couple of players playing. Bree, Clark starting.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. He's still there. Sorry, I thought you lagged. Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, the two up top, we knew it'd be them as well, especially if they're, not being 100% on Adebayo as well. But yeah, like I said, we won't go over that too much because we've already done that. But I'm just going to answer this comment quickly from British Chap. He says, I rang about the away fixture too. They reckon it'd be completely or almost completely sold out before general sale, lad. I'm a ring tomorrow. I can try a book 2 if you want for Friday. Yeah, obviously, if you do try and it does work, obviously, I will transfer you the money. But yeah, try it. Obviously, if it weren't working, I would. Wolf says, big up Tyler, Tyler's dad, and Ryan. Big up your damn self. Luton, please win. We want to see the story of Watford relegated and Luton promoted. Trust me, I told Coach Luton are the Dons out here, yeah, in this rivalry. I told people. Oh, God, Kenny, come here, he's doing that again. But yeah, obviously. Sorry, did someone want to say something? Or did I just hear something? Oh,
No.
The tiredness is kicking in, you know what I mean? But yeah, going into the first half, Luton had a lot of chances to make it even more than obviously the really funny goal that had, right at the end. Jerome, about 30 seconds in, had that very good chance. Now, Dad, do you think he should have done better there?
Nah. He played well, his link-up play was brilliant.
His flick-ons again.
His experience is starting to show, you know what I mean? So, the keeper read it well. It was an instant shot. Keeper read it well, though, so. Yeah. But, yeah, we started off really well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just that's what we needed to do in this game. Like I said, they were there to frustrate Luton. You could tell at times, and you can tell they're just not good enough. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not being funny. They were struggling to string certain passes. I'm not even trying to disrespect. I'm just saying it how it was. But yeah, Bree had a chance as well, didn't he? Free kick. Very unlucky, to be fair.
Yeah, pretty close. You can see that he's got a lot of confidence now with set pieces. And Alan Sheehan being there, like that kind of coach and that specialist, he's definitely working. Yeah, that was close. On another day, that probably would have went in.
Yeah, 100%. Well, look at Hull, for example. Hull City away. That's a good example of that. But yeah, we had chances. I weren't really throughout the whole game, especially in the first half. I weren't really phased when Reading were coming forward.
No.
I'll be honest. I just think the more I was worried was when we kept giving the ball away silly in the midfield. As much as Lansbury, his performance was all right. I remember the pass he done in the first half. You know exactly what one I'm on about. And it was, no one was there. And it was like, what's going on there? I won't say what you said, but you weren't very happy about that.
To be honest, after that, apart from that, it was one of his better performances.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But yeah, obviously, like I said, we had chances. The times I was mainly, a bit phased, like I said, was when we was giving the ball away. It weren't really them going forward. But yeah, obviously at the end of the first half, near the end, Cornick, very smart there. And apparently, I don't know if you saw his interview, but obviously, I don't think their goalkeepers. I can't remember where he's from, but he's. I think he's still getting used to the language. And Cornick was saying the Reading fans, because obviously he was right next to him, wasn't it? He was saying they were actually telling him "man on," like they were all shouting it, and he didn't obviously hear it. Rolled it out, didn't realise Cornick was behind him, and when he got that. We loved it, Dad. We absolutely loved it.
Brilliant. Absolutely.
But yeah, it's lit. Trust me, I wish I wish I even had a camera like British chaps, because trust me, I'd have switched that to you celebrating with me, because that was boss. That was absolutely boss. You know, that is what it's all about. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna lie, because I knew of the circumstances when we scored that. Like tears were sort of coming to my eyes, because I knew what could potentially go on. All right, we haven't, won or whatever, like won it, but it's a massive, for where
massive,
what we've dealt with in the past. Obviously, you a lot longer than me, but stuff like that. It's just absolutely crazy. And so obviously that was that for the first half. Obviously, halftime thoughts we've done on the vlog and that. We'll talk about halftime when they showed it on the replay. Was walking down all the Luton fans going, oh, hey, that was quality. That was absolutely brilliant. But yeah, going into the second half, Luton done a few changes. Cornick, obviously, I think it was more fatigue, and I hope it's more fatigue. What did you make of it? Do you think it was more fatigue when he come off for Musgrave in the second half?
Maybe a little bit, but a lot of it is probably it was just resting him. You know what I mean? Because we don't know.
Yeah, no, definitely for this.
Adebayo is going to be fit or not, but we don't know, and we don't want him to get injured. You know what I mean? So he's a dangerous.
No, absolutely. Especially if the problems we've had with the attacking threats and that sort of thing when they've been on good form. But second half we still had a few chances that I can think of. Jerome, what a save by the way by their goalkeeper. The one where he shot and the keeper tipped it onto the bar. That was a brilliant save. Jerome had a few headed chances. Some just went over him, but other than two chances, Reading didn't really do a lot, if I'm being honest. And the first chance they had, which I'm on about, Ingram, he was straight at him, and then the other one, he had to sort of move, but they didn't really do much. When it comes to the attacking style, they just, you can tell they were trying to frustrate. The way their keeper was time wasting. Even on the corner kicks, we're right in front of it. They're not even taking it on the curve bit.
Yeah.
The referee was pretty poor as well. We said that on the vlog, but we've had to deal with that most of the season. And I'm not trying to sound all sorry and all of that, but it's just people love to moan about the Prem ones. The further down you go, the worse they are. It's as simple as that. But obviously changed it up a bit, brung on the likes of Snodgrass as well, and then obviously Hilton come on right at the end. But it was a much needed win. We got it. Obviously, looking at the other results, it wasn't a definite that we had to win in the end, but it's good to get them 3 points and make sure. Obviously, some of the results we saw that were mad. There's not really an awful lot I can really else say about the second half. What about you, Dad? Is there anything you wanna say? And Brian, mate, if you want to jump in as well and say anything after, then feel free.
Yeah, we controlled the game really in the second half. We could have had maybe another one. Do you know what I mean? Like, we were quite comfortable, and that's good to see, considering all the injuries we had and stuff. We weren't panicking. There was no panic there, was there?
No, there wasn't.
And that's really good going into the playoffs.
100%.
We are a better team. So yeah, like it was because of all the crap we've been through. It's hard to believe. You're thinking, something's going to go wrong. But it don't, we keep fighting. So who knows where it's going to go?
No, absolutely. And another thing I haven't mentioned, obviously we did mention it on the vlog, so it's not the end of the world that I didn't mention it, but we had a lot of players back for the game, obviously, against Reading, and we was surprised. I was, and I know you definitely was one of them. Bradley was obviously back. Who else was back? I can't even think now from top of my head. Literally put it on the spot. There we go. Bree, obviously, with we said it the last couple of episodes. His link-up play with Burke is exceptional on that right-hand side. And then obviously Clark was starting as well, which was good to see. So, we had that as well. Obviously we saw after the game as well, certain players obviously still in cast and crutches, etc. Obviously, Shay was Bree had a thingy on his leg. I can't remember what they're called, but not Bree, sorry, Berry, sorry. Adebayo, he was the only one out of them that I saw that looked, that obviously not available at the moment, that looked fairly decent. Not any injuries or anything. So I'm hoping that he will be back, and I believe he will. To be quite honest,
I think he will be.
I'm not too sure if Nathan Jones has done his press today or he's doing it tomorrow.
No, tomorrow, I think.
Tomorrow. So, yeah, obviously we'll find out more there. But, Ryan, mate, is there anything you want to say about this game as a neutral? And then, Dad, obviously, I'll ask you for your man of the match.
Yeah, obviously, kind of expected Luton to win this game. Obviously, Reading, such a poor side, they just seem to be just a team that are there, just there.
Yeah.
And they always seem to just survive, and it's just like they don't add anything to the championship. So to be honest with you, they're very lucky that they haven't got relegated this season, all honestly. So, yeah, obviously I kind of expect Luton to win. Like I said, the goal. You earn your own luck sometimes, so you've got to anticipate that mistake as well. So even though it was a bad mistake by the keeper, you still got to anticipate it. And obviously, with the run of play, you deserve that goal. So it's definitely no surprise with the result. And like I say, actually happy for you guys to actually, obviously we didn't know going into the game. Kind of obviously, I was hoping that you get into the playoffs because I've spoken to you, Tyler, about this. You deserve to get in the playoffs anyway. So and the story that you've been on this season and the journey is just so magical, and I just really respect your team. I really do, and I think you've got some brilliant players. Your manager, incredible. But yeah, it's just nice to have that kind of story within. Obviously, from my perspective, kind of my team. Obviously, we didn't expect to be up there either. So it's just amazing to actually be facing each other when nobody expected it. But yeah, full credit to you, like I say, for getting that win. And yeah, that atmosphere as well sounded very. So
you make a good point now. I nearly forgot. Obviously, on the vlog, I bigged it up and after, but atmosphere was on job like it needed to be from minute one.
It was brilliant.
It was quality. It was absolutely quality, and hopefully bring that into the game, which we should do. We should do on Friday, absolutely. But I'm going to go through some comments before we get into man of match. British chap says we should have been home and dry in the first half. The goal was somewhat of a gift, but did justice to the effort. Exactly. Oh, sorry, mate. No, I'm a Luton fan. Sorry, mate. Big up yourself. Always going on Friday. Enjoy it, mate. Enjoy. And yeah, the atmosphere should be absolutely mental. British chap says we all need to sit together for a vlog, get a trio reaction. Don't worry, we'll do that one time. 100%, mate. Don't worry about that. Luton in the Premier League would be cool. It'd be mental. Be absolutely mental. And then obviously Matthew, Huddersfield fan from Brad's channel. Not Brad's channel, Ryan's channel, sorry. Says, come on, Huddersfield Town. He's loving it. That's a joke, isn't it? That is a joke. But we've got someone else here. Obviously, you lot can't see him. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, you know what I mean? He's on here for the first time on the Hatter Show. You know what I mean? Could be more regularly.
Yeah.
The only.
How we doing?
Yeah, we're good, mate. Yourself?
Good to see you.
Not bad. I'm just nervous. I'm not even thinking about Reading at the moment. Just Friday is just freaky at the moment, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. But yeah, do you want to have your quick little summary on Reading before we move on to a bit of other stuff?
It's funny that you say that, actually, because you're bringing this up and talking about it. Someone commented on one of my videos, a Reading fan, and they were like, "Oh, I don't think Luton deserved to win." I'm like, "What were you watching? You like literally, right? First half, the way I see it is we had so many chances to put the game to bed. We really, on another day, say Adebayo's there, we're probably 2-0 up before that corner goal. So that game could have been, realistically, a 2 or 3-0 game. I remember one chance from them, or maybe two chances, which were saved. but they weren't like, you're not sitting there like, oh my God, like they're like crazy chances. So yeah, I thought we definitely deserved to win. So I don't know what some fans are seeing, but yeah, it's just one of those. I'm just glad that we got to 1-0, to be honest.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Got that result we needed. Like I said, other results, they didn't really matter in the end, but you just want to make sure, it's one of them, like I said. So there you go. Big up yourself, Max. He says, yo, lads. Obviously, this was before British chap joined. So big up T's dad and Ryan. Big up yourself. Ravi, here we go. These lines again. Luton in the Prem will be running wild like Hulkamania. Oh, dear. But, obviously, British chap and dad, your man of the matches for that game?
Yeah, mine already, innit? Like, I've coming back into this game, and we missed him against Fulham, missed the captain, Sonny Bradley. For me, he was just anything that did come as a threat. He was just winning them headers. I remember one moment where he just clattered the guy. He just winning that header. And geez, he looked at him as if to say, Jesus. Do you know what I mean? He was brilliant. There was many other good performances, but for me, Bradley, because he's been injured for a long time and he's only just come back into the team. So we weren't sure about the level of match fitness, etc. But that game has proved that he's on it and he wants it. He wants it. He's hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
You see that. So I'm really pleased that he's back. And for me, he's man of the match.
There you go. Obviously, British chap, you're the same, aren't you? Obviously, you said on the fan cam, you still stick by that to this day, or are you changing it up a little bit?
I still agree that Bradley was fantastic, but I don't know, like it slipped under my radar a bit with Bree, because Bree's just come back, and before the game we saw Bree's back. We're like, that is literally gold, like that's a win in itself.
Yeah. 100%.
So I'm like not sure, like if I feel like I'd still give it to Bradley, but Bree coming back, like I feel he was almost instrumental to that today. Like I don't know, I think everyone coming back was instrumental. It's one of those things that just like gave us a bit of momentum, a bit of hope.
Definitely,
finally got hopefully an injury list that's shrinking. So
no,
like I said, I didn't really know who I'd give it to, and I think I still stand by that.
Fair enough. As for me, I'm gonna go a bit different. You can't not say Bradley was class. Like he absolutely was. I think everyone was on the pitch was class. But I'm gonna give it to Clark. I thought in the first half as well. Like obviously he's known as more of an attacking sort of midfielder, and I thought the way he was coming back and helping out was very good as well, winning the balls and that sort of thing as well. So and it pretty much every time this season, ever since pre-season, he's kicked on. But ever since he's got the opportunity, he's
always
I
good.
can't think of a game where he's been bad.
90% of the time, yeah.
Big up yourself, Don, mate. Big up yourself. But yeah, no, absolutely. Ryan, have you got man of the match as a neutral?
To be honest with you, I can't really comment because, like I said, I didn't see enough of the match. Obviously, I saw bits, but I can't really comment on that. But yeah, a great collective.
Fair enough.
Maybe the Reading keeper.
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh, dear. The next bit we're going to talk. Wait, actually, before I do that, anyone else want to just say anything else on the Reading game?
No.
Sweet.
Cool. So the next thing we're going to talk about before we get into the big one, Ingram. He's extended. Obviously, his time at Luton, which me and my dad expected. British chat, I'm sure you expected as well, mate.
Yeah.
He's extended, so I'm just going to get it up now. So bear with me a second while I sort that out. So yeah, there you go. We are delighted to confirm that goalkeeper Matt Ingram emergency loan from Hull City has been extended. And then this is what he said. One of the many things he said, I'm sure. To play in the playoffs, some players never play in them in their whole career. So to get that opportunity was far too good to turn down. So, we won't speak about it for too long. It's an expected one, isn't it? you know, especially with the goalkeeper situations Luton have had to deal with. But
Yeah, definitely. And for me, like touch on, you know, like what he's saying there, it is a big opportunity. It could, you know, affect your career massively, especially if you perform well. And I said this before, didn't I? Like I said, if he comes in, then and he proves to himself, you know, how good he is, etc. Do you remember me saying in the last show or whatever?
yeah, I remember that. It's when we first it was announced. I think
Yeah, because he's also he's out of contract at Hull, you know, and if he performs that well, either we're going to take him or someone else will, you know.
Yeah,
and I think, you know, we're good at recruitment. We would have, like, you know, it weren't like, oh, we'll just have to have him then. We've obviously looked at him and his attitude, because we're big on attitude. And I think, you know, considering he let in 7 on his debut and then kept a clean sheet as well, that, you know, I think he could be really important to us. I think we might get lucky with this one because we deserve it and all. So,
and the thing about him, you know, we mentioned it when we signed him. You know, the good thing about him compared to maybe the likes of the West Brom one is, you know, Ingram's played a lot more games. You know, usually Hull spreaded it out a little bit.
He's got a lot of experience.
So, yeah, exactly.
And he played last season when they won the League One title as well, I believe.
Yeah,
and he's got a relationship with Reece Burke because they played together. So you know what I mean.
Exactly.
So
there's that as well.
A lot of reasons, but yeah, I'm quite pleased. Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. Like I said, it was always going to happen, but it's a good one. But anyone else want to say anything on it quickly before we move on to the big one?
I'm a bit gutted to be. I'm glad that we've got Ingram, and I think it's the right decision 100% because we can't play with one keeper and risk injury again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So that 100% was the right decision, and we've got to play him. But the thing that I find quite like gutting, specifically from like Shay's perspective, or you know, just the fact that like this is a huge season and it is going to be one that sits in the memory. So you know how gutted you must be as a keeper, specifically Shay, for example, to be injured during a time like this, like specifically matches this important. When you know, didn't you think like that would be quite a gutting feeling?
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest with you, I think Slug was probably feeling a little bit gutted as well.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel a bit like bad for obviously our keepers and stuff, but it is what it is. Like we need to do whatever we can to get into the best position possible, and that was bringing Ingram in. And I think all things considered, the first game was the first game. We don't need to talk about that, but I think he performed quite well actually against Reading. So maybe, like Darren was saying, maybe this is a gem. You never know. I mean, we could end up signing him. So
yeah, you never know. You never know. But yeah, I agree with that actually. You know, he done really well claiming the ball and that sort of thing as well.
Yeah.
I thought against Reading, coming out and making sure it was his. Yeah, the only little thing, but at the end of the day, it weren't that bad. Was, you know, when Naismith passed it to him and then he messed the other pass. But other than that, that's a little thing. You know. Yeah. What's that? Sorry.
That could just be a play style thing, you know, because I think it's the second game. He hasn't actually really gotten used to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there you go. But Don says, I can't lie. I want Watford, but obviously covers the A out. Love that. Getting the results that Everton go down, that would be quite funny. Huddersfield away is all booked. Obviously, he's got season tickets. So there you go. He says, 2 Huddersfield aways on a Monday night in the space of a month. You love to see it. Well, hopefully this time we can score a goal there. But yeah, Wolves have scored, but I think Man City have scored again, so it's now 2-1. So there you go. Getting seeing the British chap and Wolves winning. Obviously getting a bit of love here, mate. You know what I mean? And there you go. Yeah, big up British chap. So there you go, mate. There you go. Yeah. But the big one, why Ryan is here as well. You know what I mean? Obviously, this Friday, I don't need to say how much of a big game it is for both teams. We all know how much of a big game it is for both teams. But obviously, Friday night at the Kenny, Luton Town take on Huddersfield in the first leg. Your faces on my days of the playoffs. Ryan, I'm going to let you go first, mate. And how you're feeling going into this one?
Yeah, very nervous for sure. I think it's massive for us. This I like it is for you guys, but I know the size of the task this is. Definitely at your place, it's always a difficult place to go, Kennel Road, and like I say, it's going to be difficult, with the atmosphere as well. But from my perspective, obviously we've got very, very good away form, so that's something that may help us a bit. But it's still going to be tough. I'm not underestimating Luton because I know the qualities that they have, and it's going to be so interesting. But I don't want to be, on that coach on the way home, very, very distraught with the result, because we have to stay in this game. Because if we can, either just narrowly get the win or maybe 0-0. I think we could take, I'd take that back to John Smith, because obviously our home form is just incredible, really. So, but yeah, nervous, excited, and I don't know. I'm getting more and more nervous as time goes on. But I am looking forward to it. You know how it is. You know how it is. It's a
yeah. It's literally like me. As soon as we started talking about Reading the other day, nerves started to kick in. Now we're talking about it now. Nerves are actually starting to kick in. They weren't for me, but now they are starting to. But, Dad, how are you feeling going into this one?
Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm proper nervous. Ridiculously. Like, the Reading game was slightly, but not really. Like, once I was there and that, I wasn't at all. But now that this is building up, the realization of actually what we can actually achieve is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Like the amount of playoffs and that I've seen, and when we were stuck in the conference, and when we lost penalties, horrible. So yeah, I am nervous. Definitely, I've been checking out. When was the last time a sixth place team won the playoffs?
Oh God!
Right, and it was a while ago. I think it might have been West Ham or something like that. Or no, Blackpool. We're similar. We're similar to how they was then. Very, very similar. I've checking out our form against Huddersfield. It is not proper nerve-wracking, because also both teams are very similar, so that makes it even worse. Like if it was against Norton Forest, I'd be worried. I wouldn't be like I'd be nervous a little bit, but I'd be more like, oh, this is going to be tough. Like just kind of more hoping, But this one, it's such a big opportunity, and we're at home. And if you just want us to put that mark on that first leg.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But and then you just keep looking at the bigger picture. We could actually be playing in the Premier League. It's just crazy. Like, I haven't felt like this for a long time with Luton. Long time.
Yeah.
And normally it's relegation as well.
Yeah.
I remember going, we need to win, this game. And, oh my God, if we lose, we're going to get relegated. But this is like weird. It's just a weird feeling. But yeah, I'm proper nervous.
Fair enough. British chat, mate. How are you feeling going into it?
I think what excites me most about this game, which I've been thinking about a lot actually, is when you look at Huddersfield and Luton, we're the teams that no one expected to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And exactly. So we're both underdogs, theoretically.
Yeah.
So you've got two teams going up against each other in that sense, which is crazy in itself.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to see us succeed. So I think it's amazing. I think it's going to be a huge fixture. I think what Darren was saying before about like not being as nervous for, say if it was Forest, I think because this isn't disrespect to Huddersfield. Obviously, Huddersfield I consider to be obviously one of the best teams in the league this season.
Yeah, and which have proved, yeah.
Yeah, but because of the underdog nature and how this sort of bids itself up, I see it as like when you're playing Forest, you're almost a bit pessimistic. So the nerves sort of disappear because like you're sort of sitting there thinking like, oh, you kind of know or you kind of think you know what's going to happen. It sort of feels like you're just more hopeful. This one, I'm being honest, this feels to me like 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't. I don't sit there and think to myself like Huddersfield are going to demolish us, because there hasn't been how the games have gone this season. So it's huge for me. I'm excited. I'm excited, but I'm also extremely nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Me, I literally just literally what you lot said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A stat that I'm going to come in with though. Luton haven't actually the last time Luton didn't score at home was actually Blackburn, and that was on the 29th of January.
Really?
It's been a long while since Luton have not scored at home, so that's what I will say with that. So that's a very interesting one. But yeah, obviously, if we're to base it, even though this is the playoffs, obviously the last two games for each side. Huddersfield got a victory over Bristol City. Was it 2-0 in the end? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 2-0, yeah. It was 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0. What did you make of that game, by the way?
Yeah, I think that first half was very good from us. Scored some brilliant goals. Pretty much dominated it, really. But yeah, a very strong performance. And like I say, a win going into the playoffs, which is, I think that form goes out the window in the playoffs, but it's good to go in with positive momentum for sure. And I think that's what we've got as well with that win. So yeah, it was very comfortable afternoon, really. And job done with that second half. It was a bit, it kind of knew that, we'd kind of won. So it kind of made the game a bit dead. But yeah, we won, and that's what we wanted.
Fair enough. There you go. Obviously, our game, we've already spoke about it, sorry, so I won't get into it for too long. Let's get into some comments. No, you probably can't even get into Luton's one. Big up Don. He does love a prediction. This is how nervy it's got, right? He's not even doing one until lineups come out before the game. Do you know what I mean? So there you go. He is back, mate. He is back. He's been back. Come on the other day as well. So there we go. No worries at all, Taylor. Big up yourself, mate. Thanks for coming on. Do you know what I mean? No problem. There's a lot of games to choose from, so I don't blame you. But so obviously that's that. What we're going to go into now is lineups. Obviously, Ryan, as you being a Huddersfield fan, wanted a guest, the main guest today. What lineup would you go with as a Huddersfield fan going into this one?
Well, like I said, we have. If we can get Sorba Thomas and Lewis O'Brien back, which obviously Thomas has been missing for a few weeks, and Lewis O'Brien missed last week. But it wasn't. It's not serious. It was kind of precautionary, really. The lineup I would kind of go for this one. I've liked the 4-3-3, and I think it gives you that balance in defence. So I'm probably going to go with 4-3-3. Now, it's so difficult because there's so much competition for places this season. But I'm gonna give this a go. So I think I'm gonna put Turton at left back, and then I'm gonna in the centre. I'm gonna put Colwell and Lees, and then I'm gonna put on the right Harry Toffolo. Harry Toffolo, by the way, he's been absolutely outstanding for us.
Yeah,
he really has.
Player.
He
always causes Luton problems. That player.
Yeah, he's coming in, in a lot of goals. He's scored a lot of goals recently. So I think he's scored about 5 in his last 7 games. So he's coming in good form. In the midfield, obviously Lewis O'Brien. I'm hopefully is going to be back. So Lewis O'Brien, Jonathan Hogg, and Russell in the middle there, and then up front. This is so hard. I'm going to go, like I say, I'm hopeful Thomas will be back. So I'm going to base it as if I think he's going to come in. He's going to be fit. So obviously I'm going to put Danny Ward centre forward, and I'm going to put Sorba Thomas on one side, and then on the other side I'm probably going to go with Sinani. I think he's had a great season. So yeah, that's kind of my lineup for this game. And yeah, fingers crossed that few of our players are back, from my perspective anyway.
There you go. There you go. Interesting. Obviously, you know, I said it to Brad when he come on, when obviously the last Huddersfield preview, your goalkeeper as well, he has been unreal. You know what I mean?
Incredible. He really has. I just have to pinch myself that, you know, we've actually been able to get him as well, because obviously, but yeah, he's been absolutely fantastic. He's the main reason why we're up there, by the way. The amount of saves he's made, you know, and, you know, his clean sheets, you know, obviously in the team of the season as well. Yeah, there's just no words for that guy. He's just incredible. You feel a lot confident when he's in goal. You know,
Yeah.
I think going into this season, we had a lot of apprehension about our goalkeeper situation, a bit of uncertainty, and obviously Nichols came in. We didn't really know much about him, but when we first, you know, kind of saw him that first time in the cup, yeah, we knew we not, you know, kind of can't judge him early on, but kind of from early kind of impression kind of thing, we knew we had someone very, very good. So, but we didn't expect him to be as good as he's been. But
Yeah.
What a player!
Yeah, no, he's been exceptional. The save of the season that stands out from his perspective for me was that one against Birmingham where he saved it onto the bar. That was
just how does he just come? Yeah, it's
unreal. But yeah, like you said, I've watched a lot of your games, you know, and he looks the defense, like you said, looks very confident when he's in goal. Obviously, that's a very good thing to see. But before we get into our lineups, Ravi says, obviously, he comes in with the good questions. He says, have Luton, obviously, I'll let you two answer this one first. Have Luton gone into that next level in terms of progression, and how do they stay there? So, Dad, do you want to go first on this one? And Man City 3-1, by the way.
Yeah, they've definitely gone into that next level in terms of progression, 100%. You know, some people were talking about, Luton are going to do a Barnsley. You know, they're lucky to be in the playoffs. Next season, they're going to get relegated. Absolute nonsense. Just look, you know, if you look into it properly, you can see the progression we've made. You know, get a brain. You know, our manager's not going nowhere.
Exactly.
You know, certain players are going to go nowhere, and if they do, it'll be for a big price. And we always get, you know, sell-on clauses. We back ourselves. Our recruitment is good. All of that hard work and effort, you know, throughout the whole club is not just going to disappear in one season. We're not, you know, overspending to get into the Premier League. We're not just getting players in willy-nilly and all that,
exactly.
you know, which a lot of teams do in the Championship. We're not doing that. That's not our model, and it's not going to change overnight. So, you know, we're definitely on that next level. And I've talked about it all season, you know, certain games, you know, the first time we've beat certain teams away in 20 years and, you know, little things that we've done, we've achieved that a few years ago, you'd know that we was going to lose the game. As soon as we equalise, you know, things like that. So, yeah, we've definitely progressed. And I would stay there, is just keep doing what we're doing. Just keep doing exactly what we're doing. Get the new stadium built and just carry on. Whether we go up this season or not, we'll keep progressing and we'll be up there. I believe we're on that level now. I really do. So
100%. Especially look at the players like that are starting to come into the club, like Snodgrass. You wouldn't have thought that in a good while, would you?
He likes it. He wants to be there. He wants to be there.
Like, look, for example, it's when I think one of the centre backs gave the ball away. Look at the way he's like, sharpen up. And just stuff like that shows that he wants to, you know, he's the one of the many players at the club that wants to do something, wants to take that step up with the club. So,
and I'd just like to say, it's recruitment like that, which we're steadfast on. We will continue to do that. We very rarely make mistakes, and if we do, they're gone. Then they're gone. We'll let them go.
Yeah, they're gone. Look at players like Morel, for example,
and that's apparent over the last, you know, couple of seasons, and that's not going to change. It's just not going to change.
We can't forget why players are coming here as well, because of that mindset of where we want to go. We're just looking upwards. It's just the mindset of the club and everyone there is just amazing. So as long as that stays the same, in my opinion, no matter what happens, we're always going to be ending upwards. You know.
Yeah, no, exactly. But anything you want to say about this, British chap, mate? Anything else you want to add to that, or?
I guess I think we're there. I think for me, like that season that we stayed up was the season that really tested it.
Pinnacle.
So exactly. So that was, if we went down, in my opinion, we wouldn't establish ourselves because we go down, but that would have been the turning point. So for me, that season when we stayed up and the effort that we put in, I can't even remember, but it was insane. Like the form we turned around. I remember feeling like pretty like down in the dumps, thinking, "Oh, God's sakes, we're getting relegated already," you know. And then that happened, and that sort of push. I think that push that we had there, it stuck with us. It has, because the second seat, obviously last season, a lot of people think that we should have been higher than we finished, which I agree with. We obviously, a lot of the performances were better than the results. And then this season's just like, it's just fixing tiny little things and actually getting the results. Like one thing that you will notice is we're actually getting results from games we don't play well. So we're getting 1-0 wins.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's funny that we say this as well, because I was thinking about like a prediction for the Huddersfield game. And I was thinking like, if we did say have a pretty flat first leg, I'm not saying we want to hope we don't, but if we did and say we ended up coming out of it at like, say, a 0-0, put it that way, right? I wouldn't be too unconfident. I know that they're great at home, and us stealing a 1-0 away win. How isn't that a Luton thing to do? 1-0 away win. That's literally what we're known for at the moment. So I'm secretly sitting here thinking that as long as we keep that same sort of momentum, it may not be pretty. I don't expect it to be, but win's a win, and I'll take it. So I think we're there. To answer the question, I think we're there. And I think
exactly.
There, you know, we're going further. It's not a matter of settling in the championship now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm not even gonna say my overall thoughts, because literally what you lot said, you know, I echo that. I'm not just gonna repeat it all over again. But there you go. There's your answer to that, Ravi. Don says, wish we went for Thomas, especially because we were close to Boreham Wood. O'Brien is very similar to Campbell, and apparently Pearson is meant to be fit for the playoffs.
I heard that.
Ryan's shaking his head. So
no, I don't
think he believes that.
There's a bit of kind of. I think what Corbyn said is that he'll only know if Pearson's going to be fit. You know, in the next. You know, he'll know now, so he'll know a few days before. So it was 50-50, but I just can't see him. You know, I just don't think he will. But
it's risky. It's risky.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if how long he hasn't played for now in a game like this, of this magnitude.
Against his former club as well, for promotion.
Yeah, I know. Pearson's been great for us this season. I've loved to, you know, he's been great. I was really gutted when he got that injury, actually, because he was in, you know, incredible form, you know, and he's been an absolute revelation for us again this season. He's made a massive difference to that defence. He's that no-nonsense defender. You need that there as well. He's not great with his feet, but you know you need a defender that'll just be there. He just throws everything on the line kind of thing. So yeah, big miss really, but still manage without him. But yeah,
there you go. Fair enough. Nichols was that franchise. I love that. Last year, and a lot of MK fans said he wouldn't make the step up. I think he meant to put after that. Great keeper, to be fair to Huddersfield. Yeah, he is. He's a very good keeper. And Darth Vader, come on, you Ratters. I love that. But big up Brad. Brad's in the chat, you know what I mean? He says, evening, guys. Feeling positive for this one. But both teams have proven themselves more than enough over 2 legs. Anything can happen. And this fella is spot on. If you get the job done, it doesn't matter how. So obviously that was to what British chap said. But big up yourself, mate, for coming on. Thank you for coming on. Obviously, like I said earlier, he was on for the preview in the league game, the away one. So there you go. Darth Vader again. I'd love to see Luton make it to the EPL, but just having a day out at Wembley is the dream. Yeah, that would be absolutely brilliant. Going to Wembley, just thinking about it. it would be mental. But we can't get that carried away. But there we go. Obviously, David loving it. Run away. He's loving it. But that it's that time, people. It's that really tough time now. Score predictions. Now, who wants to go first?
Well, I don't know. We need. I think we need to go through the Luton lineup.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, we haven't even done that.
First.
I mean, goodness knows what the Luton lineup will be.
So obviously, I'll name out names, and if you two agree with me, then yeah. If not, go with whoever you would go with. So the 3-5-2 formation.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ingram in goal.
Yeah.
Right wing back Bree.
Mm-hmm.
Left wing back Bell.
Yeah, has to be.
The three at the back, Naismith on the left side, Bradley through the middle, and Burke. I would say Burke because of that link up with Bree.
What's the extent of Lockyer's situation? I'm not even sure I've heard him.
I think he's fit, but I think because he was on the bench in the last game, I believe. But I think it's I feel that Burke's been playing better, and Burke, like I said earlier, Burke's got that experience with Ingram as well. So
Yeah, that's true as well.
That might be a reason why he's starting.
Yeah.
So you're both going to go Burke there?
Yeah. Momentum's probably more important at the moment, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Now, midfield. Now, obviously, Campbell's got to be in there. There's no debate about that for me. Yeah. And then I'd probably go Snodgrass and Clark. So Snodgrass on the left side, Clark on the right. That's how I would go. Would you lot agree with that?
I'd definitely play Snodgrass, yeah. Definitely. His deliveries have been absolutely diamond, mate. Honestly, yeah. It's been.
And then Clark on the other side? You're going to go Clark on the other side?
Probably, yeah, based on the last performance.
Yeah.
There's so much energy, eh?
Exactly.
I feel like I would start Snodgrass because, they brought him in. He didn't initially start. He wasn't up to fitness, but then he was. Yeah. We've been using him in bits and bits. And I feel someone like that has to play in the playoffs.
Yeah. Experience as well.
His experience, his technical ability. He could change a game with one pass, that guy. He's
exactly.
He's Premier League quality, without a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. He potentially change the game with one pass. So
I know Premier League clubs that are still, want him now.
Probably, yeah.
I'm not saying this Diddy Daddy club that, fighting relegation. I'm talking about like the big hitters.
For him, I think he has to start. I want to keep him, give him another year, definitely.
Yeah, that would be brilliant.
Clark as well, I'd start because he's just settling in now. He's got that good ability as well. And then we've got Campbell fighting. And if the defence plays as they normally do, we should be all right.
What are your guys' thoughts if Berry comes back with his situation? I don't know if he will, but what are your thoughts?
No, I don't think he will. Because I was hoping that he was, but when we saw him on the pitch, his leg was still in cast, so I don't think.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, we'll have Lansbury on the bench. Maybe Thorpe. The usual
because of the lack of midfield options anyway.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I think Lansbury is starting as well. Because he wouldn't be if them other players were, but I don't think he would. So you have to go with your best midfield. For me, that best three is them. Is them three at this moment in time.
That's mine as well. A few people would probably put Lansbury in there, but for me, like you said, you made a good point with let's think of it when Ruddock was available. Lansbury weren't starting the games, was he? It was Ruddock over him. And you made a good point there. I forgot to mention that as well. Adebayo and Ruddock, they were the ones that looked fine and no in bad injuries anyway. I think
Ruddock still had something on his leg still. I think he's done.
I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that Palace should be out for like ages, like It's because
Yeah.
it's like a knee. It's like a proper like.
Yeah, he was hobbling it. It was him, Shea, Berry, and that's it, isn't it? And Osho weren't even there. I don't think. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think it was.
And yeah, so no, that's all we can go for. So front two.
Front two.
Is Adebayo going to start? That's the question.
I think he'll be back, but I don't think he'll start this one. Which might sound a bit mad if he is back, because obviously you want to.
I think you might be right. I think you might be right.
Or do we start him and then bring him off? That's the other question.
I would go obviously Cornick. I just don't think he'll start, so I'll say Jerome. Obviously, if he is available, then yeah, you got to sign. You know, they're the best two. You know, their link up, their duo, whatever you want to call it, has been.
Wouldn't that be a win though? Wouldn't that be a huge boost if we got Adebayo back?
Just to have him back on the bench, yeah, absolutely, definitely.
But yeah, what do you lot do? Do you think he'll be back as well?
I think Cornick's definitely going to start. And I do think he'll be back, but I do think he'll be on the bench, and I do think we'll start Cameron Jerome again. And he did play well in the last game, and he's got that experience, and he could work well with Snodgrass. You know what I'm saying? Like he scored a winning goal in the playoff final before, all right, a few years ago. He's got that. So again, for me, I feel like he probably will start. Yeah, and Adebayo will be on the bench, and if we really need him. Or even if we don't, I expect him to come on at some point just to get some minutes under his belt.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we all going with Cornick and Jerome. Obviously, Cornick on the right side and Jerome on the left.
I'm a bit iffy about it, but yeah, Cornick, Jerome probably.
Okay, fair enough. Obviously, David loved the profile picture. Obviously, that is on the Kenilworth Road pitch. He says Luton winning 2-1. So we'll see. That would be very nice. That's gutting. That is gutting. Obviously, if Luton do get to Wembley, can't go. Don't say that. It was in the league game at Luton as well. I remember going to it, and yeah, it was a dead game. Let's be honest, it weren't even a good 0-0. But Don says also big up Huddersfield. 3 programs and pies after the game for a £1 leftover ones. And was still warm. There you go. I didn't even have or see any of that, but there you go. Also, in the last game, what I did like when they put that sign up. It said like "Have a safe journey home" and that. Like big up Huddersfield for that. You don't see a lot of clubs do that. I think the only other club away game that I've been to and they were sound as well were Reading, because what they do. So with the people that make the food and that, they have every week they have the team they're playing at home with their badge on to make it more welcome sort of thing, apparently. So, but yeah, big up Huddersfield for that as well, like Don said. But this is Don's lineup that he would go with. He would go Ingram, Burke, Bradley, Naismith, Bree, Campbell, Lansbury, Clark, Cornick and Jerome. So it's literally what was said by Lansbury. So, but in a way, I do understand why he puts Lansbury in. You know, he wasn't overly bad, you know, but I would, you know, and you lot would go Snodgrass as well instead. But yeah, here's a fun fact for you as well, Tyler. Might not be true, but saw it on Football Manager. Jerome is from Huddersfield, apparently. Interesting. Ryan, do you know if that's true?
Yeah, he's from Huddersfield, yeah. He actually went to a college near me, actually. I live near it, yeah. So, yeah, he's definitely from Huddersfield.
There you go. Wolf says back. Big up yourself. Come on, you Hatters, says Stephen Morris. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. This is what Don's perspective on the Adebayo situation will be. I think Adebayo will be on the bench. Bring him on for 15 minutes to get warmed up for a bit on Monday. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout at all. Nerves are starting to flutter now, trust me. Since we talk about it, nerves are starting to. Reckon Adebayo will be on the bench and come on. Yeah, that's what a lot of us think. Yes, that is British chap you do see, mate. You do see him in the bottom right there. You do. But yeah, Bournemouth, Sheffield United and QPR did it as well. Remember Reading doing it as well. Yeah, obviously Don's been to a lot more than me. All of them 3 mentioned I didn't actually go to. So there you go. Fair play for that. But yeah, it is that time. score predictions. Now it is actually that time. Oh my God. Ryan, as you're the main guest on here, how do you see this one going? Obviously, you're going to it as well. You're going to both games. How are you feeling going into this one?
Like I say, it's going to be really, really tough. But I just think, personally, that we'll just have the edge. I really do. But it's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight. It's very hard to predict how the game is going to go because you just don't know. You just don't. But I just feel like we'll have the edge in for you guys. But so yeah, I'm going to go. I think you'll score. I've changed my tune since you did. I think you'll score, having looked at kind of your goal record at home. You know, I'm going to go 2-1 towards. I really am, because I just think we'll have the edge, like I say. It's going to be very tough. Repeating myself, but it's going to be tough. It could go either way, though. It could go either way. It's one of those. But I just think our away record as well. We know how, we stick to our game plan, and we can adapt easily as well if needed. So I just back us to win this one.
Fair enough. No, fair enough. Obviously, you're gonna back your team, so that's fair enough. But yeah, there you go. There's his prediction. I'm just going to answer this comment. Tyler going on Friday. It doesn't look like it. Unfortunately, at this current moment in time. Oh, it's a tough one. But obviously, if I don't watch along, you know how it is. And David reckons Luton win at home and then lose away, but we win on aggregate. So that's what he reckons there. 1-0 Luton shithousery. The thing is, I could actually imagine him saying this. Campbell to score and Sounani to hit the bar in the last minute. There you go. Be interested to see if that happens. But Dad, what's your prediction for this game?
So what? I think that it is going to be scrappy at first. You know what I mean? Both teams probably trying to counter-attack each other. I just think we're just going to cancel each other out. I think none of us are going to want to lose. Luton, especially, being at home. I just think we're going to cancel each other out, and I'm going to go 1-1.
Same as me.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, there you go. There's British chaps' prediction as well, just like that. Now, this is the way I see it. And this is how highly I rate Huddersfield, right? If Luton, and this might sound a bit mad, for me, if Luton are to have any chance, right, because how good Huddersfield are at home, I feel we have to win this tie, this first leg. I feel we have to win it, even if it's I don't know, a 1-0, a 2-0, 2-1, whatever. I feel we have to win it, because it's going to be so tough at their ground. Obviously, I saw it firsthand, when we played them. Now, I don't think we will leave ourselves as open and exploited as we were in that game. Like, look at the second goal, set piece, poor marking, and obviously the first goal, no one's closing him down and that. But that's how highly I rate Huddersfield. And I'm not just saying it because Ryan's on here. You know what I mean? I would still say that anyway. So for me, I believe we will get the win in this first leg. I'm going with a 1-0 Luton, same as Don. Yeah. I think, like I said, even if it's a 1-0, for me, that's my personal opinion. So we'll have to see. But there we go. Ryan's obviously said 2-1 Huddersfield, and Dad and British Chat 1-1, and then obviously I've went with a 1-0 to Luton in this one. So there you go. That is the end. Of the Hatter Show episode 41. Thank you everyone for coming on. Like always, obviously, Dad.
Big up.
In there every single one, bar one. British Chat, thank you for coming on, mate. Obviously, I invited you halfway through.
You have to come at the start next time, or sometime.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Planning to get a lot more, as much as you, and a lot more other Luton fans on as well in future, especially when we do more and more of these. But yeah, thank you as well, Ryan, for coming on. Obviously, having your thoughts on it as a Huddersfield fan. Thank you very much for that. And yeah, might potentially, you know, he might be on it again on Sunday. Obviously, we'll do one on Sunday as well to the game on Monday. But yeah, we'll see who will be on the panel there. But yeah, just to let you lot know again, sorry that it was a bit of a late one, and I didn't let you lot know. Obviously, we had to do it today, just circumstances. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning on, especially the amount of games on right now. There's been some good numbers, and the comments has been on job, and yeah, it's been good. It's been good. But Dad, obviously, do music. Where can they find it?
Yeah, Dazzy D Mixcloud. If you like drum and bass, liquid drum and bass, you know, all kinds of drum and bass. Check that out. I've got a few nice mixes on there, and share it if you know someone else that will like it. Big up yourself.
No, absolutely. Check that out. Some of them on there. I'm not even just saying it because my dad, you know, some of the music on there is good. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm bopping my head in the room sometimes to it. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna lie. But Ryan, mate, where can I find you?
Yeah, so my YouTube is Ryan Naver TV. Same on all my socials. So got Twitter and Instagram at the moment. Trying to hit 50 subscribers, which will be great to hit in the next few weeks. Like I say, I'm a new I'm fairly new to this, Tyler. Thank you for helping me. Like I say, you helped me so much.
That's all right, mate. Not a problem. You know what I mean? I'm here to help anyone, you know, that's gonna also willing to help me as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And obviously, you're a new channel, so we're trying to get in kicking and running and all of that. You know what I mean? So there you go, mate. I butchered my words, but we move. But British Chap, mate, where can they find you?
British Chap, simple as that. YouTube, basically, that's where I upload. So yeah, and
there
hopefully vlogs. I'll try. Honestly, Tyler, I'll try my best to get us both tickets. It'd be sick to get a vlog. At least. Yeah.
Even if we unfortunately don't, you know, one day we will be doing a vlog next to each other. You know what I mean? 100%. Without a shadow of a doubt. You know, seen each other twice now. You know what I mean? And people are loving it already. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we'll 100% do one when we're next to each other. And the scenes, mate, the scenes will be mental. But but yeah, no, definitely check everyone's channel and music out. Obviously me, I don't need to say where you can find me because here I am. You know what I mean? But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in again. Don't forget to smash a like on the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Turn the notification bell on so you know when you never miss an upload or scheduled stream or anything like that. Subscribe to my other channel as well, T-Boys TV Extra. When it comes closer to the time, Ryan will probably love this, but I'll probably put up on that channel the last time we played Huddersfield. You know what I mean? He'll probably love that one. On there on the channel. So if you haven't seen that, you can check it out through there as well. And yeah, if you want to follow me across any of my socials, link to them are in the description. And yeah, I will put British Chap's thing in here as well. Obviously, everyone's links are in the description. I'll just put his thing in the title, so it's just easier. So yeah, there you go, people. But we're getting some comments quick. Best of luck to both teams on Friday. Says Matthew. Thank you very much, mate. Best of luck to you. Obviously, a Huddersfield fan. I think the nerves will get to Luton players. Fans will have a massive influence on the game. It's an interesting one. We'll have to wait and see. That's if he plays. Dot of Fader says Luton will need a 2-goal advantage. If not, it's going to be really difficult away game. Yeah, like I've said, it's going to be very difficult away there. But yeah, 1-0 is my prediction. Obviously, we said all our predictions. But yeah, on the channel, might potentially be back again tomorrow. I might do a watch along to the North London derby. Because that is a good game. You know what I mean? I always like doing watch alongs to them. But if not, I'll be back on Friday. Going to be doing a little preview thing for an upcoming game this weekend. That's all I'm going to say. But and obviously a watch along or a vlog, depending on if I go, and fan cams and all of that. But keep your eyes out on that. But yeah, until next time, guys, take care and peace.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, cheers.